master switch for your 12 volt, so that switches all your 12 volt systems in your van. Water pump, main light,
is that
isolator.
on at the moment?
Sorry?
Is the main light on at the moment?
Yeah, that's your main lights on.
But
that, it hasn't got an LED for your main lights.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, so it's only got a LED for your pump, LED for your awning light, because obviously that's outside.
Yeah.
So, and also your 12 volt as well. But they will go dull or off after 30 seconds. All right.
Okay.
Right, we'll go on to your heating panel next. Okay, on off. So this is your heating and your hot water. That's your main switch to switch it on or off. That's your menu switch. I'll show you in a second. That little circling icon there, that's to say your heating is really circulated around your van. So it's a central heating, wet central heating, so it needs a pump to pump the heat around the van. So as long as that is there, that means the heat is going around the van. If it's not there, heating isn't being going pumped around the van. Okay, that there is to say you've got electric connected, not operated, necessarily operated, it's there available ready. And then that one there is your temperature. So that's your room temperature. Okay.
And it's only electric, there's no...
No, it's electric gas. But that's just to say electric is connected. So if you just go to the consumer unit, which it should be somewhat similar, they have slightly changed it compared to your last one. Okay, if you remember on your last one you might have had heating on one, heating and hot water on another, on an orange button. So if I switch that off now, you have a look at the control panel, that little plug should have disappeared from the top right. Yeah. So if you want to heat it on electric, you need to switch it on there first. Okay? Then as long as little plugs on that screen, you can operate on electric. If you haven't, you can't. All right, we'll go back to your...
The charger, you just leave that on all the time.
Yeah, you can leave it on all the time. Because as soon as you plug 240 out, it's isolated anyway. Right, so if you want to change anything, press the menu button. That brings up your next screen. Okay, so temperature range, so you press plus or minus, maximum 30 degrees, if you want it that warm, or the lowest is 5 degrees. You can't physically switch it off. All you do is just playing with the thermostat. So if I bring the thermostat below the room temperature, a few degrees below temperature, circulation pump's gone off, so that means the heating is stopped now. Okay, if you want the heating to come on, just increase it above. You want it a bit warmer, just increase the thermostat a few degrees above what the room temperature is showing. Okay, happy with that? Next one is your water heating. So that's no water heating on at the moment. If I press the plus button, it goes green. Half a triangle coloured in, that's your normal running for your water heating. Okay, so that'll give you enough hot water. If I press it again, that is a boost now, so it's hot water boost. What it will do is concentrate all the heating in the hot water tank, so what it will do is switch your heating off for that period of time. It will run for 30 minutes on water boost, and then it will allow the heating to come back on again if it's in the temperature range. So you can either switch it back manually, or it will revert back itself. After 30 minutes it will revert back. Yeah, it goes back to normal running, which will then allow your heating to come on back on as long as it's in that temperature range. Yeah.
So if you arrive on site and want
if you want hot water quickly, you can boost it, or if you want to use the shower, so put that on a certain amount of period before to make sure you got enough hot water. Okay, the next one along is your energy. Right, so that's all energy off now. So if I want to run on electric, so I've got options of 1, 2 or 3 kilowatts. And if I want to, I can also run on gas on its own or side by side. Okay, what if you imagine in the summer, so say 2 kilowatts is probably efficient enough to warm your water, because you're unlikely to want to heat much in the room, are you? Fingers crossed. Nice summer. In the winter, that boiler is trying to heat this whole room and 10 litres of water, so it may struggle on 2 kilowatts alone, or even 3 kilowatts. You imagine if you've got a kettle at home, that's probably electric kettle, that's probably about 2 or 3 kilowatts, and you're trying to heat up, what, 2-3 litres of water? With that 3 kilowatts, you're trying to heat the hot water tank, which is 10 litres, and this room is going to struggle. It'll give you some warmth, it may struggle. If you put it on a selection of both electric and gas, what it will do is from cold, use both energies, gets up to temperature, it'll shut the gas off and tick over on the electric then, because how well insulated these things are. As long as someone like myself doesn't leave the door wide open, temperature drops.
There isn't a tap to turn the gas onto the heating or anything else?
No.
On the other way.
Well, there is an isolator, but you shouldn't need to do that.
Okay.
Yeah. So if you do operate on both, it will thermostatically, it will shut the gas off. Okay, and it will tick over on electric then. until someone uses all the hot water, or again leaves the door wide open, temperature drops.
Yeah.
It'll use the gas again. So you're not using gas constantly, so it'll just need it when it needs to get up to that temperature, and that's likely to only to be in the really cold times of the year anyway, like winter. Right. Okay, happy with that? I'll just switch the gas off now. So that's just running on electric now. With that one there, I'll just switch that off now, because if you're not going to use it on, that is only there if you're going to use this on the app. So that was on, I'll show you a further menu, to allow it to communicate with that. Okay. If you want to change anything further menu is that. So I'll just briefly go over that. You may not want to use any of this anyway, but if you want to set a timer, you need to set the clock first, which is that one, which takes quite a while to, it goes very slowly to set the clock. As long as you keep the battery connected, you're all right. That one there is a nighttime timer, so some people don't like it too hot at night. You can set it on a lower setting over a timer overnight, so it won't reduce the temperature, but it will allow it to drop down to a lower temperature. Okay, and then obviously when it gets to the end of that time, it will come back onto what daytime setting you put it at. 7-day timer. Prioritization for the energy. So with the prioritization, it's obviously prioritized to electric at the moment. So it shuts the gas off if you're using both. You could swap it if you wanted to. Can't see the need to. That one there has to do with the backlighting on this. So it is quite bright at night. If that annoys you, you can change it to either dark or invert. On the dark, it's just dark. On the invert, you can still see the still see the icons. It is quite bright, I must admit, because I've got one the same. It does glow quite nicely. If you're quite happy with something, just a slight light at night time, you're okay. But if some people don't like it, they want it pitch black, it obviously can interrupt their sleep. Anything grey, that's not connected to this van. This one here, if you've got the time, your clock set, and that switched on at around about 2 o'clock in the morning, that will boost the heat in the hot water tank to kill any things like Legionnaire's disease, bacteria. That one there is your calibration for your thermostat. So obviously if it's showing 30 degrees, say it was showing 30 degrees in there, obviously it's a lot colder than that, it's not, the thermostat's not set correctly. And it won't, obviously if it thinks it's at top level, obviously it's not going to allow the pump to come on, because it already thinks you're at that temperature anyway. So you can set the thermostat via that. Mountains, if you go above 1,000 metres, if you're on the top of Snowdon or something like that, unlikely, but or the Alps, what will happen is if you switch that on, it will put a fan on and draw more air in, so it's more efficient for the gas. If you switch it on accidentally or forget to switch it off, all it will do is just be eating more gas. It won't damage anything. That one there, every time you press the screen, it goes beep. You can switch that on or off. That's a delayed timer, so you can set it for, say, to come on a Friday. If you've got your van at home, and you're like myself, I like to air it out over the winter, you can set that and it'll come on once a week for 24 hours at a time. So it'll come on Friday at, say, 5 o'clock, run for 24 hours, and then it'll shut off for 7 days. As long as you don't change it, it will do exactly the same in 7 days' time. Okay, so just 1 day operation. That one there is to do with the circulation pump. You can have it on continuous if you wanted to. It's thermostatically controlled at the moment, so when it gets to temperature, it'll shut it off. Yeah. If you want it on, you can have it on continuous, just heat churning around the van all the time. The only problem with that is the hot water tank is going to suffer because it's drawing the heat away from it. Yeah. Okay. Then the next one, reset button. If you're having trouble with the boiler and you're talking to an engineer over the phone, he may ask you to reset it. Service one, that's to show, if again he may ask you to press that, and you'll be able to tell him what the temperatures are of the glycol that's going round or the water system. External, that's the way you can, this came in before that, you could actually operate it externally via an app as well. Language, you want to talk French or German to it, you can do. And installed accessories, so there's installed accessories. If you do decide to operate on an app, you need to switch on third-party panel by just pressing that. It ticks it, otherwise it won't communicate with that. But if you're not going to use it, I'll just untick it. But you need to connect with that, so it'll communicate with that. Okay?
Yep.
Happy with that? There's enough information there. Alright?
Yeah.